Hey, everybody, Jeff Herring here, and welcome to your next chapter live. Now, interestingly enough, I don't show my camera working. So you may just see a picture. So if that's true, then welcome to today's podcast. And you can just look at the same face I'm looking at, this white haired man with a goatee. You know, guys, that stuff started a long time ago. I was 21, getting in my car at UCF and rolled back the sunroof and brushed my hair and went, "Oh my gosh, look at that white streak." And that's how it started. So here's what we're talking about today. And again, welcome everyone. I don't know if you're seeing me. I'm not showing my camera working. So we're either doing a live show or we're doing a podcast, one or the other. And you'll get the same show. And you guys can let me know in the chat if you're seeing the video, and that will let me know. All right. So our title today officially is The Story Behind You Don't Need More Content: How to Make More Money from What You've Already Created. And if you haven't noticed already, we work with two kinds of content here. We work with the content you create, and we work with the content you carry. The content you create builds your business. The content you carry shapes your life. And today we're going to be doing the one about the content you create, because we're talking about something that content creators don't often hear. And that's that you probably don't need more content. What? That's heresy, Jeff. How can that be? You're a content guy. Well, I'll take it even further. In fact, creating more content might be one of the things keeping you from making more money. Because here's what we do. We write an article, we send an email, record a video, do a live, and then almost immediately ask or think, okay, what should I create next? Meanwhile, behind us is this giant pile of articles and videos and podcasts and things that we barely used. So today I want to help you to stop asking, what should I create next? And start asking, what else can this become? Because there just may be a whole lot more money sitting in what you've already created than in whatever you're thinking about creating next. Now, there's three stories that keep content creators stuck on the content hamster wheel. And I call them more, new, and next. And we're going to take a look at those. And then I'm going to give you three moves that get us off the content hamster wheel. And those are called reuse, productize, and distribute. Okay. So let's start with the stories. These are the ones that keep you stuck. The first story is, I need more. I need more articles. I need more content. I need more videos. I need more emails, posts, followers, more everything. But did you know what? Here's a little secret most people, and especially the platforms, don't tell you. More content does not automatically create more business. That's a write down, kids. More content does not automatically create more business. You can create 100 pieces of content that produce absolutely no income. So instead of asking, how can I create more? Start asking, how can I get more from what I've already created? So if that's you, if you've got content sitting somewhere that you haven't done anything with in days, weeks, months, or even years, just type a big Y, not WHY, but the letter Y, which means yes, here in the chat so I can see who's with us. Okay. That's story number one, more. Story number two is new. It has to be new. Don't we creators love new? A new idea, a new article, a new training, a new product. You know what the funny thing is? And I'm totally guilty of this. I mean, I can come up with 5 new ideas before I finish the sentence. Here's the funny thing, though. Your audience doesn't care nearly as much about new as you do. That article you wrote 2 years ago, somebody discovered you today. It's new to them. The idea you've taught 20 times, somebody needs to hear it for the first time today. So you don't have to keep inventing. Sometimes you need to rediscover your own stuff. And just a hint at what's coming from all this, that sentence, sometimes you need to rediscover your own best stuff. That was a note in Substack yesterday or today. So there you go. Story number 3, next, may be the sneakiest. And that's okay. What's next? We finish something and immediately move on. Article published. What's next? Live finished. What's next? Workshop over. What's next? But I want you to begin to replace that question with one that can completely change your content business. What else can this become? This is where content multiplication and income multiplication begins. So those are the 3 stories that keep us stuck: more, new, and next. Now, let's look at 3 things that help us do more with something we've already created. The first one is reuse. You take one good idea and let it do more than one job. I see that happen with so many people. You create a piece of content and it only has one job when it can have multiple jobs. So an article becomes an email, and that becomes a live, and live becomes clips, and clips become social posts. And so the same idea can show up in different places, in different formats for different people. That's not being repetitive. That's giving a good idea more chances to find the person that needs it. I'll say that again. That's giving a good idea more chances to find the person who needs it. Move number 2, productize it. Is productize a word? I don't know. Well, it is now. We just made it up. And if you think about it a certain way, all words were made up at some point, right? It's just a matter of when. Looking at something you've already taught and ask, what? I, I don't think I've ever heard a client ask this question until I teach it to them. What could someone buy from this? What would someone spend money on from this? That's a powerful question, folks. And if you're just joining us and there's no video, because you guys didn't answer me whether there was or not. Um, if you're just joining us and there's no video, welcome to the podcast. I'm not sure what's happening, but I don't see my video. So hopefully you do. But if not, welcome to the podcast. Productize it. And this is where it can get funny. Looking at something you've already taught and ask, what could someone buy from this? An article could become a short book. My first ebook way back in 04, 05 was called Beat the Bozos, How to Deal with Difficult People Without Becoming One. And it was 5 articles that became an ebook. A series of posts could become a guide. A live could become a mini course. Several lives could become a workshop. A process that you've taught repeatedly, that could become a program. I want you to let this one sink in. Your next product may not need to be created. Your next product may need to be found. Okay? Your next product may not need to be created. Your next product just may need to be found. Okay? And you know what? That's exactly what we're doing with this show. These things we talk about, these ideas, they don't die when the show ends. They get turned into many, many, many more things. We'll go deeper into that at another time. Move number 3 is to distribute it. You can have the greatest idea in the world sitting on your website where 12 people saw it 3 years ago. Okay. That doesn't mean the idea failed. It means that the distribution failed. So put it in more places: email, Substack, video, podcast, socials. Your existing content doesn't always need to be better. You don't always have to create something next. Sometimes it just needs more chances to get discovered. So now, what I want to do is give you something that's going to help you with this. It's called the 1 to 10 content multiplier. It helps you take one piece of content and ask how it could become an article, an email, a live, a replay, a director's cut, a short book, clips, social posts, tools, offers. Notice what we're not doing. We're not coming up with 10 ideas. We're giving one idea up to 10 jobs. Now, I want to pop this link over in our chat. This is a free giveaway. All you got to do is sign up for it. There's no cost. I just want you to have something you can start using right away. And there it is in the chat, jeffherring.com/1 2 10. This is why you always say these things out loud before, because that sounds confusing. jeffherring.com/ONE TO-TEN. Okay. It's right there in your chat. So enjoy that. And I've got an assignment with you. Okay. I want to see you use this. Okay. Output it in the goal. Outcome is the goal. Okay. I'd rather see you create a product than I would see you create 30 pieces of content. Okay. I want your content creating these 4 things. Number 1, subscribers. Number 2, customers. Number 3, products. I guess those should be a different order. So number 1 is subscribers. Number 2, products. Number 3, customers. That can go back and forth. And number 4, recurring info. And there's actually 5, clients and opportunities. That's 6. I guess you could keep the list going. That's the difference between simply repurposing content and turning it into a business asset. Now think about it. I've taught a lot of people in this line. I've taught content repurposing, right? But there's a difference between simple content repurposing and turning content into a business asset. So you don't just ask, how many things can this become? You ask, how many useful jobs can this one idea do for my business? Write that down, folks. How many useful jobs can this one idea do for my business? So here's your challenge for the week. Before you create one more thing, go find the thing you've already created and then ask, how can I reuse it? How can I productize it? And how can I distribute it? And above all, what else can this become? Because like we started with, you probably don't need more content. You need to make more from the content you've already created. And you can play with that with the free 1 to 10 content multiplier at that link on your screen, jeffherring.com/ONE-TO-TEN. jeffherring.com/1 2 10. And you know what else you can do? You can visit our bookstore. Yes, we have a bookstore. And you can visit it at jeffherring.com/ and I want some applause and cheers for this creative name. Okay. jeffherring.com/books. How's that for being creative, huh? So here comes your second link for the day. jeffherring.com/books. Have our growing bookstore there. And at some point, I'll teach you how I'm doing that. Now, now I'm going to see you next Thursday on the next chapter live. And remember, we talked about we do help you with content that you create, content that creates your business, content that creates opportunity, and the content you carry. We deal with both of those here. Next week, we're going to talk about the content you carry, called What If It's Not Too Late? How to stop letting your age, your past, or your mistakes decide what happens next. So now go make that old content earn its keep. And just one more thing. I want to just give you a preview of coming attractions here. Okay. I realized something this morning before I even got out of bed and started working before I even was even out of bed. There's really 2 kinds of content I work with and have always worked with. The content you create, where you turn what you know into things that help people and make money, and the content you carry, The stories shaping who you are and what you believe is possible. One builds your business, one shapes your life. And apparently, I've been teaching content on both sides all along. So we'll see you next week on your next chapter live. And if you didn't catch a video today, my apologies. I don't know what was wrong. And if you did, hi, good to see you. And if it wasn't video, hope you enjoyed the podcast. Okay. So we'll close with the content you create your business, and the content you carry, create your life. Thanks so much for being here. A lot of places you could have been online, and you chose to be here. Forever grateful for that. Welcome to Cassandra's Corner, who just joined us. We're wrapping up, Cassandra, because we get to the point and we don't play around with these hour and a half webinars that say nothing, right? Anybody ever been on one of those? I was on one yesterday, the day before, wanting to learn something. And nope, no chance. So thank you for being here. And then there's stuff to go get. You can get the 1 to 10 content multiplier there online or at jeffherring.com/1-2-10. And you can go to our bookstore and get some real cool things that you can read and start within an hour. You can read them and start them within an hour. And Cassandra says, you see those? Great. And until next time, folks, as always, go use this stuff and we will catch you next time. And I'll smile for the camera just in case.